Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Join me once again on my quest, the never-ending quest to dry up the backlog, drain the backlog swamp, basically. And we're gonna do so in chronological order. The next replay in line here is going to be the Ultra Lord, which is the new moniker that Upps has been wearing. Yup, that's his name indeed. And he is facing off against Anjew, the man from down under, picking the Germans, which doesn't seem quite right. Capturing the lighthouse, I guess. Nah, there's a naval yard. Okay, so this is a predestined Admiral Mo map. We're gonna have to cast all the Admiral Mo matches. I guess everybody just banned this crate against, banned this this very map against him, because it's a naval map. This man is overpowered on naval maps, just like in Advanced Wars. If you pick what's his face, the naval guy, you know, Drake and Drake and Eagle, unbeatable combo. Alrighty, so this is gonna be a good one. We know it's gonna be a good one. Interestingly, both players starting double ref, so there's gonna be some harassment. So the map is called, Bossman, we've been there before. A transport has been procured. Oh wow, these are some resource-rich islands, but they're fairly easy to snipe. So makes it very understandable that there is going to be a double ref opener. And if you ever make the mistake of unloading to the same side as your opponent, whoever wins the skirmish basically wins the game. Because look at that, 3 oil derricks plus the defensive lines from all the pillboxes and the turret. This map is really cool, just putting it out there. However, you may still lose the land war. We've seen this a couple times, especially with Mo matches, where he's been put super far ahead. His naval play was impeccable, but he lost the macro game regardless. So, despite this being a naval map, not the greatest success rate, I guess. Okay, a greedier route from Upps, getting the oil derricks first. Derricks into pillbox lines. Some shots being fired. Oh, that's just a scout. And the naval yard is not going to be sold off. It is also, crucially, an allied naval yard. So all players, upon purchasing radar tech, are going to have the availability of the destroyer. However, a little bit of an imbalance. If you play as allies on this map, you're going to have access to cruisers, courtesy of this naval yard on tier 3, because Soviet tier 3 tech centers do not provide you with the prerequisites for a cruiser, but the allied do. So a little bit of an imbalance there, just pointing it out. So 4th harvester coming online for both players. Fairly standard play. We're 3 minutes deep and nothing too crazy has happened just yet. I think the map is carefully balanced out in a way such that this extra power plant should be enough to cover the power cost for all of these. Turret, I think, is 30. Pillbox is 20, so that's 80 plus 20 for the naval yard. Yeah, that probably checks about out. Uh-oh. We've got the light tank push. Anjew is going for it yet again. Are we going to be seeing a double war factory? Right now it is looking increasingly like it, because he's building an extra power plant. And he would be super behind on the service depot timing. Oh, that's going to be a very, very exciting game, despite no naval action happening just yet. You know, shoreline harassment is a thing though. These are very exposed ore lines, and they are within destroyer range, just barely. And it is a triple mine, so if you camp these triple mines, you're gonna deny a lot of the income. Nothing has been scouted yet. 3 tanks online, 4th tank coming online in a second. And for all Upps knows, this is just a little move out from the army. He has not scouted the bulk, he has not scouted any of the tanks, crucially. Tanks! We need more tanks, General! Bonus points if you know where that quote is from. Good replenishing of scouts here, but really... Oh wait, that's a neutral engineer. So far, I think only 1 light tank has been revealed. Okay. Upps is bleeding a lot of rifles, but he is keeping his expansion lines relatively safe. Okay, now the move out is revealed. Anjew has shown his hand. Now he needs to act swiftly. Where is he gonna go? Oh, double prong. Just in time, the construction yard is deployed, and thus the pillbox lines are starting to appear. On the north end side, though, nothing has happened just yet. Anjew is wasting a lot of time here. He's also not winning this engagement, that's for certain. What a curious game. Right now, really good hold for Upps with the defensive lines, and thus nothing has been gained, not a single inch. And it looks like that is going to put him fairly even, but one of these players does have an expansion, the other just has a lot of racks. This is pretty all in. He has moved out, Anjew has moved out his con yard to the new expansion lines. Upps is moving forward. It's a ballsy move, if I say so myself. Man, the healing. Yeah, the lack of medium tanks is also going to pose a problem. Okay, so Anjew is camping at this side of the ore field. Honestly, this could go both ways. We're looking at the economy. Right now, Upps is ahead, obviously, but that's mostly in infrastructure. That's the con yard, that's the ore refinery, that's a couple of harvesters. And the army value should be fairly on par. Yeah, actually ahead. Actually really ahead here. Courtesy of the 7 racks. But again, the move out has been scouted, and I have to stress this once again. The scouting from Upps has been impeccable. He's just been going at it. Sending his troops in every single time. Replenishing them, and that should be no connections just yet. No connections at all. 1 harvester down. Oh, that's an expensive one. The tank's not really connecting. That is an entire army traded off for just 1 harvester. I'm not certain that that was the right call. A couple tanks going down there as well, and crucially the infantry corps is not completely depleted, but that should now be a big army lead for Upps, who has 6 harvesters, so econ parity. Oof. 2nd war factory. Anjew not giving up. Yeah, the dip. All that for 1 harvester. Was it worth it? Not entirely sure. And tier 2 tech is going to be kicking in. That's going to be destroyers harassing the shorelines. We are seeing naval gameplay. We're also seeing a couple of mechanics. Good hustle. A husk hustle, if you will. Okay, moving over to the north end side this time around. But he has basically nothing. Anjew is just so light on army. And that is going to be the 4th base being taken from Upps with basically no resistance whatsoever. Should be... You know what? The engineer is also still around, by the way. Little engineer sneaky play. Harassment into the back lines would be cool. Right now, relatively unprotected base. Okay. Maybe attacking into the main base, just making a beeline for it and trying to take out as much crucial infrastructure as possible would be a route. Upps has to defend here. Anjew is going pretty all in, but there is a big flank coming your way. The big dank flank is coming. He's trying to fight against the wall, waiting for his reinforcements. More and more tanks being picked off. It's not looking good for Anjew. His army graph is gonna speak volumes. We're also seeing... Oh no. Just such cheap harassment. Look at this. Just 1 tank in the war lines. I think he's gonna get that. Maybe not. No. Just not enough damage left in the tank. Army value... Okay, the artillery is starting to come in. There's now going to be a kill zone established. This tank is still alive. What about the destroyer? What about the destro? Right now, just sitting here looking pretty. Hey there, handsome. Oh, I fear for Anjew, though. The artilleries are going to be coming in hot. There is also just the Black Hawks waiting in the wings. Yeah, artillery is lining up their shots. And that is going to signal the immediate retreat. Good force fire from Upps, who is now in a commanding position. can now push back the entire forces here with little to no cost. Okay. Good snipe, good snipe. That is just one helicopter and one helipad. And he's now fighting into an infantry army. Why? Why? Light tanks, if anything, they're good at running. At hit and run. They're certainly not good at frontal engagements into a lot of pillboxes and rocket soldiers. Yeah, the Blackhawks are now just waiting on their prey. Massive army move out, but hasn't been scouted. The wind-up twist, he's still trying so hard. Anjew is trying to find the angle, but it's getting... The sack is getting closed. It's getting closer and closer to his imminent demise. Yeah, destroyers versus gunboats. Look at that matchup, not a favorable one. He's going all in onto the base. How much damage can he inflict here? Assault move is coming out right now. No crucial infrastructure being hit just yet. Maybe this service depot plus war factory is good enough to do something here. Power lines are damaged. Down goes the service depot. Okay. What about the racks? Yeah, that is the war factory immediately down. Okay. Anjew is finding a lot of damage here, actually. Economical damage as well. There go the ore trucks. 2, 3. What else can he kill? The power. Power snipe would not be the worst. Still though, he's so far behind. Look at this. He's losing so much on every single angle. This tank here going still strong as well. Oh no. Anjew still has an army, can still clean this up, but at what cost? But at what cost? At the end of the day, if we tally the aftermath of this carnage, it is going to be Upps left with a standing army, Upps left with a functional infrastructure, and Anjew left with basically nothing. Oh, good crushes though. So overall the trades were just fine. It's the econ that's remaining that is going to pose a problem. It is not about what was lost, it is about what was left. Look at all the infrastructure still going on here. Long distance mining on 4 harvesters, 5 harvesters. So the econ situation not looking good for Upps. But, oh no. This tank here, really? But there are so many Blackhawks out in the skies. Man, this is it. This should be tournament illegal. This amount of... Okay. Artillery gets taken out. Good snipe here. But the Blackhawks, it's just 7 Blackhawks waiting in the skies. Have you ever talked to Lucy in the sky? And Lucy was really an attack helicopter, just waiting to pounce. Oh god, good lord. They are probably just waiting for their moment to go in. Stop command is not coming out. 1 down, but that's not enough. That is not nearly enough. Here comes the conga line. Here comes the engagement, and that's the cleanup. There is nothing else left. GG from Anjew. Ooh, what a spicy game 1. Actually, fairly competitive, I've got to say. But at the end of the day, with this one base play, it was just a matter of time until Upps outscaled Anjew hard. The all-in failed, and we're going to be back in game number 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
From Bossman to the Pleasant Plains, from naval maps in spring to landlocked maps in autumn. Oh, this church, this is just fantastic design. Just think about it. Who wouldn't like to build a church on a remote island with no access because there is no space for a harbor? Yeah, you better swim if you wanna just prove your faith. You better get your scuba gear on. That's how this looks. A little bit of a tile error here with the tree. I don't know why that's happening because the tree is usually an actor. It is supposed to be in the foreground. A little bit of a bug. On the other side, we've just got a plain fort, so this side definitely has the advantage. Oh, doggy dog opener. Hell yeah. It's been a while since we've seen an attack dog. He's trying to leapfrog his way over and find the Anjew. Oh my goodness, this could be the perfect timing here. Is it? Yes! Beautiful. What a snipe from Upps. Dirty. Yeah, that was an absolutely insane snipe here. Man, the fact that he got the timing right is just comical. Oh, it was a double dog opener though, because this rifle is promoted. Still puts him ahead and gives him a little bit of a timing window to just exploit his extra derrick. Juicy. Anjew trying for the counter snipe, but Anjew not usually known for his early aggression. That's why he's trying to switch it up sometimes. His early build was completely insane in game 1, and I actually enjoyed watching it. So both with the double refinery to war factory, no surprises here. On Pleasant Plains, we've apparently gotten ourselves accustomed to longer matches. Love the color palette. Love what modders have been doing here with the tile sets. It looks so quaint and pleasant. By the way, yeah, autumn is here. It is looking gorgeous now. We've got those rainy days and I love it. Currently, I'm just walking to work every single day because I'm just trying to savor the moment and just get some fresh air in as well. Get some good old cardio done while I'm just hiking to and from, because my place of work is actually really close. It's just 4 kilometers away. Oh wow, this rifle just punching above its weight. So anybody else having the luxury of doing that, I know I'm in a really privileged position to be able to do that. Yeah, the rifle lines are just congregating, protecting the Anjew. Again, Upps trying, this time with a rifle. No more money for a dog, I guess. He sold the kennel. Unfortunate. Yeah, so I know that most people have to commute, and I'm so glad that I'm in a privileged position where I don't have to do that. This map, by the way, has a really low starting econ, so you may have to move out semi-early. Triple refinery, plus you've only got 3 ore mines. So we're basically forced into not going all in. This time around we've got a light tank again. And what's it gonna be? Second light tank. Oh no. Anjew, are you really this committed to that kind of play? He is building a 4th refinery. I really dislike that on this map. Look at where this is gonna get you. 4 refineries. Oh my goodness, no, don't do it. Okay, now that's gonna be rack spam, I guess. Power plant into mass racks. The reason I don't like this here is just the lower starting econ. There is already 6 harvesters out for Upps. He's gonna have an MCV in a timely fashion, and he is already building it. 1 light vehicle, I guess. Yeah. Again, the light tanks have been revealed, and again, Upps has got plenty enough time to get prepped. His scouting game has been on point. However, the army is right now not the largest, so you may want to refrain from going too far with the MCV. Oh wow, that was the original MCV. Wow, the explosion. Really large radius. He's feeling threatened enough to move out his MCV. Heavy tanks, though, are going to provide a lot of cover. And this time, it's going to be trickier for him to defend. Simply by virtue of the nature of this map. Yeah, he has an inkling. His rotations must be really swift this time around. 5 light tanks. Alright. Good kiting, baiting out the flame tower. That was a good move from Anjew, who hasn't lost too much just yet. And he's fully in control of this game, so there's at least something, some silver lining here. But he's gonna get outscaled once again if he doesn't do anything about it. So we're gonna take a look. He's floating a lot. His income is completely insane. And Upps is operating at peak capacity. Heavy tanks versus lights though, so there's gonna be a big problem. It's moving out his original MCV because the econ is already running dry, I guess. Yeah, that's gonna be just 1 expansion being claimed. Upps is... oh, he has deployed the flame tower in a very unfavorable position. Okay, double prong attack. On this side, the heavy tanks are easily gonna be able to push back. On the other side, however, that's going to be some economical damage. That is at least one harvester down and some mining denied. Good hit and run, good kiting. Should maybe kill the ore refinery as well on the way out. Just issue a quick stop command. There should be enough time. 5 harvesters under 6, so there is still an econ advantage for Upps. Huh. I don't actually know where this is going. This is gonna be an exciting match round 2, and I can't believe that it's getting away with it once more. The light tank build, the legendary light tank build, yet again. Anjew, usually known for his early War Factory play, just sitting back and chilling out, maxing, relaxing, has cranked up the heat a little bit. So far, this rifle and the earlier dog that sniped the Anjew were the only signs of aggression that have been shown from, that have been basically on this half of the map, that have been shown from Upps all game. So he is feeling under the weather. Harvester's being pulled off the line yet again, and on the other side he gets another harvester snipe. Beautiful. I've got to say, for now it is working. Never change a winning team, I guess. This wasn't the winning team though in game 1. This was absolutely the losing team. He's bleeding some units here and there, but he's inflicting some damage. Ooh. Move command. Both players now broke, both on 6 harvesters. And Upps doesn't know where to defend anymore. Yeah. He's still in an okay spot because he's mining it back to mining at full capacity. He's gonna sneak out an MCV as well. I guess this one is just gonna sneakily deploy here and take the southern perimeter. Keep in mind that Anjew is on 1.5 bases, essentially. He does technically have a mining base here now. That's good on him. It's being fully scouted, so that's okay. Army value should still be in favor of Anjew, just barely, albeit. And the economy. Both are starting to run dry, and Upps is starting to overtake courtesy of his much larger econ. Oh no! He messed up the deployment command. Ooh, so lucky. This scout, yet again, prevents the MCV from falling foul of the entire army. Oh my goodness. In go the lights versus the heavies. Oh, this is not a fair matchup. On this side, that's the first time we're seeing an army move out across the side of the map. Beautiful. Some really good intercept from Upps here. Manages to clean up the army, and thus Anjew is once again under the weather. The move commands, I swear, Anjew's move commands have been so terrible. He does that a lot trying to save the army, but there was no salvaging. Okay, with that engagement, the tides have turned. 23k over 11k destroyed. Yikes. 19% vision though, so there's something going in his favor. Yeah, and this first counterpunch is probably already carry a lot more weight than the punches that Anjew has been throwing. He's been throwing them into the air. Once more an all-in move this time around though. It is going to be met with resistance. Yeah. This time we're going to have the counterpunch ready. That is the only Conyard from Anjew. This is as all-in as it gets. He's trying to split up his army. But the problem is that Upps already has so much mass, and he already has so many units, plus so many field defenses, that he can basically defend on all fronts at once. Building a second war factory even, so he's got an economical surplus. The good old Soviet strategy, build up some Ural region type of infrastructure. That is like the entire output of the secret tractor factories. Oh, secret tractor factories of Yekaterinburg and Chelyabinsk. If you've been there, if you know, you know. I think I've told the story before, but it is a tractor factory officially. It's even called the soccer team is called Traktor Chelyabinsk, and everybody knows that it really produces tanks. So it's like an open secret. So nice run here though. 3 harvesters down versus 1 harvester on this side. But this army completely unopposed, unmatched for now. Anjew is trying to get some more army units in. Oh no. Upps is always finding so much value with those little detachments. It's never the big engagements. It's always just those little trickle attacks. And this army move out has been thoroughly scouted. There is nothing this can do. All the tanks are starting to waltz over the army here. Oh my goodness, that is a meat shield if I've ever seen one. That is the entire Ukrainian, no, Russian. The entire Russian tank columns. This time, no tractors. No added tractors, 100%. Man, Upps getting so much value with those small detachments. This shouldn't be the case. Yeah. With that out of the way, it feels like it's inevitable. The decline is inevitable. Both players actually fairly broke, but Upps still has bases and armies to replenish. Whereas, there is very little infrastructure left for Anjew, who basically is running on borrowed time this time around. He's got 7 light tanks left. Maybe if he can find a good angle yet again. Yeah. Maybe his gamer sense is going to be tingling and he's going to start rallying troops down south, but there is already enough in the way of defense. Upps has got enough time. Yeah. It's not happening. Ain't happening, chief. There is not enough firepower here. The armies are closing in. I mean, he's gotten some good hit and run done. Don't get me wrong. There was an attempt, and the attempt was beautiful, but I feel he's on his last legs now. All-in move is being called. Oh, and here's the move command yet again. There is the counter-attack into the main base, and GG, a triple G being called this time around. Yep, Anjew basically getting outscaled. He failed to inflict critical damage, and thus it was just upon Upps to bide his time and play the macro game. I've recently watched an essay on why RTS are good games to get into, and it was really amazing. I don't remember the channel name, but you search it up. It's on YouTube. It's like why you should get into RTS. It is a really good video, and it highlights that your economy does basically represent your health bar as a player. And if you forfeit your expansion in OpenRA, you basically start out on low health already. That's exactly what happened here. So yeah, awesome games. Thank you for watching. We're going to be back with more RGL in the next following weeks. Until then, I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.